Good afternoon. Welcome to my version of Aldridge Farm, and we're now in the 10th episode. Today I'm going to be looking after this first organic field, so without further ado, we'll get started. We've got a lot to do. We've got to cultivate, and then we have to plant. So I'm going to do as much as I can manually, if I can remember how. Let's get the cultivator going. I'm going to be using the case to plant. I bought a new seeder, or new to me. It's only a small one, but I need a separate seeder because I'm planting organic seed. Well, I'm going to bring up, give me a fighting chance of getting straight lines. Just get rid of the HUD and auto width. Don't want any offset. That should be 4.8. This I think is a 6 metre. Wherever. Just come out of the cab and have a look. Oh, it looks about right. Right, we will make a start. Lower, which should be that, and we will just switch on there. So this is well fertilised. As you can see, we're 14% here. We're probably over fertilised. I'm going to lose quite a bit of messing about to do on this to get it right. I'm going to try and do the centre, then do a headland of some description. And this should finally get the rest of the muck in. Right, much stiff there. I'll just go down this side. There. Back up. I'm not one of the best drivers in the world. I'll just get it lined up and try backing it up again. Alright, let's see where we are. All that in there, remember which key does what. Should be lowered again, let's double check. Oh yes, that's not too bad. Should be able to do the rest around the outside, I think. So we've got a no-till seeder. I'm going to have to watch this a bit. Ah, that's right, what's been going on in the parish? Well, the other day I went past PP's farm. He's been away for a few days. I think he said it's an auction for machinery. I think he's possibly thinking about getting some new equipment. I wish I'd get some new teeth. I could about talk. Some new equipment. But as I went past it, he's found an odd way to wash his tractor. Let's stand in the middle of the pond. And look closer, I can see in the background a combine. As you know, he lost his in a fire. He's not having the best of luck. Well, I decided that night I'd go to the pub and see if BP was there. I heard BP was going to be back that day. So into the pub I went, any excuse. And he was saying that, yes, the tractor was at the pond. Apparently it was Sean who'd lent him combine, because apparently Sean, who runs Coldborough, is having a rest away from Coldborough for a while, and he put it down to some contractors going to be doing things, so they will have their own equipment. And he'd ran the combine over to him on this low loader and saw BP's tractor. It's new to him, John Deere. So it's John Deere in the yard with the keys still in it. Two good opportunities to miss, thought Oshaw. So the next thing you know, he hopped in the tractor and moved it into the... I'll do a bit of a roll. And moved it into the pond. And left with a note in the tractor. So that meant we decided to meet the next night for council water, how to get Sean back. Interesting meeting. Not that alcoholic Charles remembers much of it, but halfway through the night he ended up on the floor, holding on for dear life. Charles had had a bit too much yet again. Oh, and Cuthbert Smythe was there, but we didn't allow him into the meeting. We do have our own standards, no one likes him a lot. So we made a few suggestions. We did one part for the farmer from the continent, Farmer Beavers. He made a few suggestions. Not certain what BP will decide to do, but I'm certain he will do so. There's nothing nasty about anything, but we're just going to try and get our own back on him. But it just reminded me to make certain everything I've got is locked at all times. Oh, this is going rather well. I should have made a note at the time I started. There's no one. Right. I must stop doing well, I think I'm going to go through the hedge here. We just have to, I think we'll try and get some of these bits we've missed done and do the rest of them. Possibly should have invested in a 3 metre cut fire as well. That may have to come. Oh. Of course, it helps if you actually get the GPS started properly. Right, I was going to talk about brewing, just to show off a little bit more of my knowledge. Brewing, like malting, is a very natural process, but been made more complicated by scientists. The whole process is you take the malt in to the brewery, you crack the malt, you do not crush it. Some people think you crush malt. You crush malt, you get a nasty mess in your steep, and the steep's the name of the vessel, where the sugars in the malt are leached out into the water, and that's basically why you crack the malt just enough to break the shell, and the result liquor is called sweet wort. Wort being the name for the liquor before it becomes beer. From the sweet wort, you drain out the steep into a fermentation vessel, where it's actually given a bit of heat. I'll just do this a bit, then go around the outside. Just do a bit of a mist here. Right, let's lift this. Just try and fix the outside off. Get that onto this bit here. Yeah, so you get your sweet wort into a fermentation vessel where the yeast is added. Yeast is the thing that does all the work. Yeast converts the sugars in the malt into alcohol. Very clever process, and it might help I put the cultivar down. Just go round. Now I've got one in the middle there to still do. Turn GPS off. Let's get out of the way. Unless I got confused, this poor old boy, the better. Hit this. Yeah, when during this process you actually pitch your hops in. Hops are normally grown in Kent, and that will give it this distinctive flavour, especially on bitter. It's the bitter part of bitter. You can quite easily tell what part of the country it is by the beer. Northern beer is quite often very malty because we go that far away from the hop grown region that they used to add a lot more malt in their beer, whereas the south near the Kent have a lot of hops in. Beer in its purest form is made up of only water, malt, yeast and hops, nothing else. In fact, when there was real food laws in both Germany and the Isle of Man, it's all what was allowed to be used in those two places. The trouble is, in both places the real food laws are gone. So now almost anything we use. One time, one British brewer, which is, you know, would add things like fish meal into anything that the yeast could feed on. And the simple thing is, if you want your beer dark, you add more coloured malt if you want it. Lighter, less coloured malt, actually. Let's just do up here. They're not the best bit of copper you ever see. We just draw it really a little bit. Rest this bit here, especially if we've got weeds growing. This is the only weed treatment we can give it. This field is going to look a mess when we're finished. And that's basically your beer. Beer is made several ways. Things like Guinness has roasted barley added to give it its taste and its very dark colour. It's made of dark malts. Fine pale ale is made of very light malt. The smaller breweries quite often use Maris Otter as the base barley for the malt. I'll just do this bit here, and I think we'll take this over to field 1. Yeah, that should do it. Yeah, it's not too bad. A blind man would be happy to see it. This one is going to be quite wide. I've got this nasty habit of turning the wrong way out here. This way. Shouldn't really have it just loud. I should have it fully folded, but we're just going over here where I'm going to sit. Crazy pull onto the job as I go back and grab the cedar. Let's just set him up. Need that. This is field 1. This is 5 metre. Oh, of course it's going to fold up and unfold. It should be okay. We'll just hop out. There it goes. Now, Paul said he'd left the pickup round here somewhere. Ah, here it is. I'll go and pick the case up, which should have these cedar on it. I was talking to old Bob, he's the farmer I bought 5 and 6 from, and he's got this idea that I should have put it because these things are oversized, but one of his park is in next to the house. Get him around here. Oh, the boy's a genius. That'll do. Remember to lock it up. Still run. At my age, I don't really want to do too much running to the other side of the farmyard. Oh yes, I was talking to Bob. He had an idea of having a little agricultural show, old vehicles, some new stuff. And he was looking for somebody to volunteer to host it, and I said I'd give it a go. So, once the harvest is over, before we start work again, I must remember to change that over to barley before we even do any more. I don't want to do it. I noticed on BP's field he's got this little green patch. I asked him if that's where he stands to Amara's field. He didn't see the funny side at first, but apparently he put the wrong seed in and didn't realise until after he'd started the seed. Alright, let's see, it should be here. Come on. Hit everything. Ah, the damn thing's dropped. Right, this should only be a 3 meters. It's going to take a while to do. Let's just don't want that turn around. This is auto 3 meters. So we move it over just here should do. Right, let's set that on. Let's run unfold on this. Change it lower. No, it's no unfold, so it's B to lower. B to turn on. Let's get rid of this and let's excuse me, but I just talked to myself. No, I don't know why that's reacting. Puppy have problems. Oh, there is it. Yeah, let's see. Right, back in the cab. Now, try and get as close to the edge as we can. There we go, the first drop down of organic seed. Now I had to get new seed because I couldn't use that one because I couldn't guarantee the seed in there would be organic. And I can't use stuff like my Seed Master, which I also cannot guarantee. It's the authorities, the Soil Association is very strict on such things. So I had to buy a new seeder. Not just a new seeder, but also I'm going to have to get a cultivator, I think. So I think that 6 meter is just a tad too big. bad little cedar. It's an Italian one, I believe. But, oh, and let's see, what other change we made on the farm? Right, now I've managed to feed up all the animals. They're all fed and cleaned out, although I need to cut some grass. I badly need some grass in the feed master, because that's running low, and the amount of food those gannets, those four-legged gannets get through at the moment, it's going to be a job and a half to keep them supplied. I slurried the big meadow near the cows. I also slurried the one round where I got my water pump. The reason for it, I decided I've got to use that, since I just haven't got the grass. If not, I may well have to put in one crop of maize. Yeah, I may have to put in one crop of maize to have enough silage. I've got plenty of silage at the moment, and I'm running that out, and out of carrot. Once that's run out, I'm going to put the far side on the bottom one. Oh, we missed a bit. Oh dear. Have to go back and do that again. I've got the Pottinger chaffer on here, which I know works. This has gone quite well. This episode will just be doing this. May have a quick run around and have a look at the machinery. Oh, I bought a new slurry spreader. Got rid of the Marshall, a bit too small, but I didn't want anything gigantic, so I got a Canadian jobby. Can't remember its name offhand, but it holds almost double what the Marshall does. Same whip spread. But I won't have to refill it as often, which is a great help. Yeah, so actually, whilst I'm thinking about it, if anybody knows of any mods for old equipment, I've got quite a bit, but I need some more mods to get this show on the road. I'll have to prepare another map for it, another copy of Old Ridge, so I get that ready ahead of time, and we'll have our own little show. I've got the Kelly pack, I've got the Dawn combine, I think the River combine too, which I might have to get on. But most of the stuff, old stuff, is Russian. It's very nice, but I prefer some British and American stuff. So if anybody knows anything, it's the one thing we're a little bit short of at the moment on 15 is mods the old stuff. So I had a lovely Field Marshal, I think it was a Series 2 or Series 3 tractor on 13. And a whole lot of Bulldog stuff. But there's a little bit of a shortage. Oh, hello, when I go out to that. Come on round. That's it. Yeah, so, well, this cedar seems okay. It's one which is on David Oldfield's list. And I see David just done his first 3 episodes of the new map, or 2 episodes, and one of them is in 2 parts. Always done some unearthly hard. No, it depends on his work schedule. But his map looks quite good at the moment for his first ever attempt at mapping. So, I look forward to see it finish. I think he's got 4 fields and 2 meadows in the moment in the farmyard. It's got to be another typically British small field farm. And he's told them that if everything goes well and it comes up to his expectations, of releasing it at some point. Won't be for a while because he's still got a lot of work to do on it. Back up a bit. Oh, this has gone quicker than I expected. Oh, this is only a small field, but I have a whisper from OEB Limited that they seem to be the guys who don't know all the organic stuff, that they may have need for some organic soybean. There's a local chain of health food shops who would like to have guaranteed organic soybean grown in Britain, and preferably grown locally too. So I'm actually putting a bid in for that. If I do, that could well take place this year. So that will have to go in on field 6. But if I can get that, will be even better. I don't think I've got to worry so much about loading this soil up with nutrients, and this soil is way overloaded, and we need some rain. I think I could be spraying water forever and a day on these fields this year. I haven't seen the latest long range forecast. In fact, we'll just have a quick look now. Nothing in the next 4 days. Nothing, no rain at all to this harvest. Snow and hail don't affect the moisture levels as yet. Reading something on Decker's GitHub, and he was talking about that he may try and implement something mainly from hail, some damage to the crops. But we definitely need rain here. It's a good job I've got my own water supply, so it's not going to cost me a small fortune to irrigate properly. Let's back this up a little bit, I think. Not taking much seed at all this field, still at 71%. outside of this field's not be gonna be too good. It's gonna be badly compacted, but hopefully we will get away with it. Made a real hash of this turn. Couple of 3 more passes. Go around the outside, just fill the bits in we missed. I hear from OEB2 on this barley that the brewer only wants 1 trailer load, so he's not certainly he's going to be able to use all that because you may not know, but a handful of malt can make a lot of beer. Couldn't remember which way I had to turn there for a minute. It's sad when your mind goes. I wouldn't want to do this field with course play, to be honest. I think it could cause big holes in my head as I pull the hair out. Those like crazy pools doing right, and you might wonder where Alcoholic Charles is at the moment. He's sleeping off his last bender. He just got banned from driving on the road yet again. So I'm going to have to come harvest. I shall be driving the combine to and from the fields and just let him get on with the fields. I think we will go around the outside and fill in the rest as we go around. We might make a complete mess of this. Just get rid of that lot again, that's better. We'll have to do a couple of laps. If all the farmers tell me, I know I should do the inner one first, but I can't judge it. Oh, yes, and almost forgot we have a donkey sanctuary in the area. Remember the old meadows up the side of the hill? There's those donkey rescue charity took that over, and just put a shed or 2 up, and a whole lot of donkeys up there. BP was telling me that he's supplying them with free of charge. Good for the guy. With hay. Now he really is trying to fit in here properly. It's all pet American. Just lift this up. I don't know. It's all missed here. Ooh. Up here. I'm not going to worry to get every bit of it planted, but I'd like to get most of it done. Possibly I should have done a bit more of an overlap when I was doing this. I'm not going to win any prizes for neatness on this. Right, let's lift this up again and show just a bit here. There's some more here. get the biggest bits. I think we've got some down this other side we've got to do. Hard sometimes to tell where we missed and what's the shadow of the trees. As you see, it's actually not 7 o'clock yet in the morning. I started from once earlier. I know I said I'd only work from 7 to 7. This is the busy time of year for us. This and harvest. And once we get planting out of the way, we have plenty of time to do the other work. I'm just going to move. Come out to the next field. Find a way out there. I think we go around the outside the field. One down. I think we'll have a look at 6 and 7 is fairly 7 and 8 is fairly close to here, so we can get those started. Go this way out. That's 5 where we are. 7 should be up. There's 10 is there. Oh, we're going to do 10. It's fairly close. Get this back up again, get rid of the course. 10, 5.5. Especially I don't know if I've got... I don't know if I've got any courses set up on the 2 newer fields. Right, I should get going. We get back to this again. I hope you notice I remember to switch it off. I don't know if that's switched on. Let's see. There we are. Been a bit embarrassing and annoying if I'd forgotten to switch the seeder back on. Right, I just got that shadow back on the side. Big bit down that side, and I think we'll be just about done. I might just quickly squirt some more, just get the moisture levels up nice and high. There's this block here to do. I admire farmers who can actually do this properly. I've always, well, for a big part of my working life, I was employed in agricultural type businesses, but never in agriculture itself. And, well, first I started as a motorcycle mechanic. When that shop went bust and then went into animal feed. Right, what I do is take this back. Oh, come on. There we are. This one should take us into the yard. Alright, find somewhere to park this up and we'll pick up the spray bars. And I cleaned actually all the equipment ready for this, so we couldn't have any cross-contamination from the ordinary fields to the organic. It's the only time I'm going to need the seed. Drop it down and drop it off. Remember where I put the spray bars, I think. Oh, did I drop them back in? Yes, I dropped them back in there, so I need to just drop this front white off. Just turn this round and just drop up in this corner here. Well, shouldn't want both front and back, but we'll take them anyway. There's my front tank. Don't know what's on there. Nothing but the looks of it. It looks like it's empty. It's handy. Turn this round, but hook up to the spray bar. Alright, there we go. We'll just fill this up. Better. Wish you could irrigate using just water from anywhere. Make my life a lot easier, but can't have everything. Can't use those at all. That's what we want. We just fill up with water. I'll just spray that quickly, so I won't want all this. I'll just change that to. There we go. And I think too with the organic, rather than put it in our silos, which again I can't guarantee they're clean of ordinary grind, I'm going to have to send that straight down to OEB, straight off the combine. Now, I think what I should do is know the width of this thing well out into the middle before we start to unwrap. Again, I wouldn't mind being as clever as David Oldfield and be able to take the collisions off the arms on this thing. But we can't all be perfect. Right, let's drop that down. Oops. And go forward. There we go. I'm going to do this out of cab because I won't be able to see where my arms are. Oh, it's going to make any difference. Still going to collide with everything, but might just give me a fighting chance. There we go. We just caught up on that one now. What we're going to do around here. There's going to be a lot of spraying on this and water. we've got to give the crops the best chance they've got of competing against the weeds. Right, that's it. Not too bad. Come away from the edge. I can't afford to replace this yet. I'm playing with the idea of getting a self-propelled sprayer. Still got plenty of money, but I've still got to buy all another field and all the fruit trees. All this does one pass, yes, no problem. When we got this done, that will be it for this episode. So I'll start the wind down now. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and switch that off, fold it up, hold on to it the other way. Oh, missed a bit there, because I'm 13, you'd about spray with the things folded. Right, so, as I say, thank you very much for watching, thank you for subscribing. Next episode will be sometime in the next, just after 7 days. And cheerio for now.